Hey, how's it going? So this is my first video. My name is Thomas Brigantino. I specialize in architectural retouching. I provide post services and consulting and all that business. And came across PixelSquid some time back and decided to make a channel and do some toots. And yeah, so today we're going to talk about color. So how do we manipulate the color on the objects? And what's sort of the most straightforward way we can? And it's broken down into several components. There's a lot of ways we can do this. As with Photoshop, there's several ways to skin a cat. So with that said, what I would want to do is we have this sort of object, right? So we have RMM. And you know what? Let me start from fresh. So we can start from fresh. Yeah, that's pretty redundant. Good for you, Tom. All right, so what we're going to do is pull in the same model and or 3D spinnable to be exact. And let's just put it up to high res and bring that in. And essentially, the way that you can adjust this is not only by going into the advanced layers, and let's pull that in now. Let's just get that. Let's get that set up. So we'll set that up. It's going to download. Take a second. And rather than fussing with the sort of luminance layers and the shiny brightness and reflection layers that are included with the advanced hierarchy, which is right here. So your subject layers, the subject layers, they contain essentially base, which is sort of the base tonality of the model itself. The lighting, sort of the overall reflections, what reflects off it, the shininess is sort of the highlights where it comes to certain edging, and then the illumination, which is the overall brightness. But we're going to go into those a little bit further and how to adjust these accordingly to make changes here. And the first thing that I want to do is I'm going to take my adjustments layer icon and create a new adjustments layer, which is selective color. Selective color is designed to take primary colors, which is red, yellow, green, cyans, blues, and magentas, and essentially decontaminate them. So if you have a particular color in another color, you can take it out without affecting the primary. So if you're working on reds and there's like blues in the red somewhere, and say for instance, let's just take this for example, right? So let's take a look at this stuff, right? So we have our let me turn this on, let me bring this up. It'll be up top. So for instance, I'm taking the cyan out of this red and making it more red. If I want to deepen it, say if I wanted to pull out the magenta, I would pull it towards orange and gold. For instance, yellows would actually turn it a really sort of interesting magenta-ish, and then sort of the black, it's adding more black to the black, and you sort of get purple. So we'll just refresh that. So again, you're working with your primary, and then you're adjusting the cyan, the magenta, and the yellow that's within that primary, and essentially the black. And then you have white, neutral, and blacks, which are not actually colors per se. But if you finagle with these a little bit, you'll get particular color types, and you just got to kind of work with it. You get nice blues, you got to offset it either to the left, to the right, or in the middle. You got to switch them back and forth. But with the various combinations, you'll get different color results. And yeah, it's pretty good to just isolate a particular color and then translate that into another color. That's essentially what we're going to be doing here. And we're doing it right now. Pretty cool. So that's just a quick one. I break down these tutorials into the smallest segments possible, so you get as much information and you can sort of get on with your lives. We're going to go into isolating the areas using the selection layers here. as well as we're going to be messing around with shine and base and lighting reflection, which can not only change color, but also provide almost a texturous feel. So if you wanted to make something look burnt or something like that, that's what I think I did here. Yeah, and these sort of demonstrate that. It's pretty cool, right? Kind of get that edging down there. Looks all smoked up, flying through some fire, taking care of business. Red, white, and blue, baby. All right, so that's it. Let's go to our next one, and I'll catch you guys over there. Thanks very much. Do me a favor, subscribe, like, or share. That's all I ask. I'll give you all that you want. I'll answer any questions that you have. Just if you can reciprocate, that'd be great. It makes for a good relationship. Cool. Thank you. We'll check you out on the next one, and see you there. Laters.